We were told he was the party for the military, right? We were told that he was going to be a president of peace. It's already BS because of what's happening in the Middle East, but he is also not for the military. Letting Elon gut a bunch of provisions in the VA, we now have this. Extremely disturbing and unethical. New rules allow VA doctors to refuse to treat Democrats, unmarried veterans, etc. Doctors at Department of Veterans Affairs hospitals nationwide could refuse to treat unmarried veterans and Democrats under the new hospital guidelines imposed following an executive order by Donald Trump. The new rules obtained by The Guardian also apply to psychologists, dentists, and a host of other occupations. They have already gone into effect in at least some of VA medical centers. We want to make sure that we get the right people for that rally at Fort Bragg. Now we want to deliberately go after Democrats in the military. Spare me that both parties are the same. Just a thought. Kristi Noem looks like Sofia Vergara if she was hit by a brick. In the midst of the tragedy that happened Saturday morning, there was a lot of disgusting rhetoric going around. People were trying to say that he's a Democrat, he was appointed by Waltz, etc., etc. Like Jon Stewart said last night, at this point, I don't care. Now, he was a MAGA supporter. That is indisputable. But I want people to remember one thing. These are real people, particularly when you see stuff like this. A state lawmaker's wife, Yvette Hoffman, was shot 8 times during the apparent assassination attempt. After surviving the hail of bullets that wounded her parents, Hope Hoffman then called local authorities who rushed to the scene and saved her parents' lives. Yvette Hoffman shielded her daughter from being unalived. I just want to clarify some things. Tucker Carlson, MTG, and a few other people have actually had some rational thoughts about what's going on in the Middle East. Make no mistake, just because they have a moment of clarity does not mean that I trust them. As it's been said before, I would not trust these people if their tongues were notarized. I'm being told that her baby has already beaten her at swimming. First and foremost, happy Juneteenth. Now, I might be late to the game on this piece of information, I apologize, but it has just come to my attention that the gimmick Bible that the Cheeto-in-Chief was selling last year leaves out some things to the point where it just makes me want to ram my head into a wall and just go into a coma. Now, we all know this was phony as hell, but it doesn't include any of these amendments. Checks all the boxes of what conservatives want, but it doesn't have the subsequent amendments from 11 to 27. So this doesn't have the 13th Amendment. So on top of his other business ventures, watches, shoes, now a phone, he was selling a Bible that didn't have 17 of the amendments. How did you all fall for it again? Man of God, if God cut him a check. In another case of I didn't see that coming, we have this. Outrage as DHS moves to restrict lawmakers' visits to detention centers. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security is now requiring lawmakers to provide 72 hours of notice before visiting detention centers, according to new guidance. The guidance comes after a slew of tense visits from Democratic lawmakers to detention centers amid Donald Trump's crackdowns in immigrant communities across the country. Many Democratic lawmakers in recent weeks have either been turned away, arrested, or manhandled by law enforcement officers at the facilities, leading to public condemnation towards the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, handling of such visits. We want to make sure that we have plenty of time to get the person out of the country before anybody can visit them. And I know that's the move that they're going to say. Listen, we've had a couple of scuffles. We got to make sure that doesn't happen again. This will be challenged. It will get blocked. The lawmakers have the jurisdiction and the right to go see these people. So apparently what Kristi Noem was allergic to was common sense and what the fucking law actually is. Which, by the way, when you did go into the hospital, many dogs across the country rejoiced.
Wade.
Trump?
I hear Kelson finally dumped you.
Not exactly, no. We just came to a mutual understanding that she couldn't bear me for another second, that's all.
So who's the new chief counsel? If she's any good, I'm going to steal her away.
I doubt it. She seems quite loyal to me.
Let me be the judge of that.
All right. Not intimidated?
Is this why he's obsessed with the time frame of 2 weeks? This movie is called 2 Weeks Notice. So I think I have found the answer. We must blame Hugh Grant.